I've got some statistics. Let's show you those on the board. Again, kind of what you mentioned, but just to reiterate, now an EF3 tornado, they use that tree debarking to identify it. 18.5 miles was how long it was on the ground, and it was a half-mile wide. The official path width, as I said, they're 880 yards, but just to see this path and that video as well, just incredible. Thankfully, it's just through the forest, and the forest will heal. That's what forests do. It'll be natural, but unfortunately, we did have some damage to some property and one injury within that tornado. Now we turn our attention to what's happening a little farther to the south. We knew that this was going to be a focal point for some of the more intense downpours. Now we're going to watch to see if this is going to become something where we'll have severe weather, mainly in the form of damaging winds, but also there's a little bit of spin that may be able to happen here in the atmosphere, although Storm Prediction Center is suggesting maybe that's moved a little farther to the south. We'll keep an eye on these. Speaking of Monroe County, you do have some heavier rain moving through. If you know someone that's out on Lake Monroe, the heavy rain is there. Bloomington not too far off, and then a little farther to the north where the tornado went through, right about there, right along the Monroe County line. Started over in Owen County. Definitely going to see some rain here within the next hour or so. After that, well, we turn our attention tomorrow to the same locations, but not as strong of a signal. So starting to see this system, this pattern that we're in break down a little bit. And future track will show that. It does show the more intense rain expected farther to the south, which, by the way, I'll show you a flood watch here in a moment for the southern part of the state because we are concerned about pretty heavy rain in addition to the severe threat. But by Saturday, much quieter, still a chance for a few pop-ups during the afternoon as the temperatures are expected to go back close to 80. There may be some variability there in the temperatures tomorrow, depending on how much sunshine you see specifically in your town or location. By Sunday, we may see a couple of showers until late Saturday, early Sunday, but we're looking at quiet conditions. Sunday may be more like next week, where we're into this hot pattern, although a few showers may try to return sometime during Sunday afternoon into parts of Illinois. There's the flood watch that I mentioned, does include Bloomington and Columbus. Areas farther to the south, we're concerned about some heavy rain. And then for Saturday into Sunday, it's transitioning out of this unsettled pattern that we've been in for quite a while into a much more hot and humid pattern. I got to tell you, this 85, while I'm going to hold to it, I think there could be some locations that get close to 90 even tomorrow before we get the real 90s that stay in place most of next week. Can't also rule out a chance for an isolated shower or storm. Usually these transitional days when we go from one pattern to the other, they're the days where we have the highest subject to error. But after that, look at those temperatures, 90s all next week. Keep in mind, it's also going to be humid, and while heat index values will be over 100, these are not record-breaking values, and the temperatures are only going to be about 5 to maybe 9 degrees above the average. You kind of expect this heat to start to build for late June and into July. It's what we expect.